Can you hear me? আমার
Yes,
কথা
ma'am.
শুনতে পাচ্ছ আমার কথা?
Yes, ma'am.
তোমাদের একটা প্রবলেম শীট পাঠিয়েছি, সেটা পেয়েছো?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, actually the type of problem I have set for everyone is similar so that it is easier to coordinate. Rating is however different. So in the problem is in this form, it is in general I have written, that is kVA rating of the transformer is given, LV and HV voltage rating is given, this is frequency, code type, ONA is a cooling type, is a single phase transformer, percent is impedance I have specified, temperature rise by oil 45 degree, tapping plus minus 2.5%, plus minus 5%. Now this is in general this type of problem I have given, only these three ratings and this percentage impedance will be different for different student. Now actually you have studied transformer, single phase transformer. Now the design problem is related to, that is your rating of the transformer is given, and here say I have specified percentage impedance. In some problems some other parameters might have been specified. Now you have to decide the dimension of the transformer. So where do you start from? Now first thing, the window dimension. Now what is the window? Window is the, for the code type transformer, the window dimension is has to be related with its rating. Now how do you relate it? The window should accommodate the windings. So the space we should provide for the window should be sufficient to accommodate the winding, but we should not allow excess space, because that will require excess material and the cost will increase. So we start from this point that window should accommodate the windings. Now total copper area of the conductor, say it is AC, is equal to the area required for primary conductor plus area required for the secondary conductor. Now so this area required for the primary conductor should be is basically cross section area of the primary conductor into number of turns, and similarly for the secondary conductor, cross section of the secondary conductor into secondary number of turns. So it is AP, TP. AP is the cross section of the primary conductor into number of turns of primary, cross section of the secondary conductor into number of turns of the secondary. That is the total copper area. Now AP, or the area of the primary conductor, is related to the current rating, because we will particular current density is allowed if we, depending on the material. If we exceed that, then the temperature rise will be very high. So the area is of the primary conductor is primary current divided by delta, where delta is the current density, and similarly AS is AS by delta. So AC is APTP plus ASTS. So replacing, we will get IP by delta into TP plus IS by delta into TS. So IPTP plus ISTS by delta. Now what is IPTP? That is the primary current into primary turn. So this is ampere turn, AT, and this is IS into TS. So this is AT. We know for transformer the magnetizing ampere turns is very small, so the primary and secondary ampere turns are for practical purposes taken equal. So it is equal to twice AT by delta. Taking IP into TP is equal to IS into TS is equal to AT. So twice we are neglecting magnetizing ampere turn. Now we defined a factor, window space factor Kw, that is the total conductor area divided by the total window area, because conductor area we have calculated from here, but besides this there will be insulation, there will be interturn insulation, then there will be ducts, then there will be a gap between the primary and secondary binding and the two sides of secondary binding. So that area has to be provided. So the actual window area will be more than the conductor area. So conductor area, so we defined factor Kw, which is the ratio of actual conductor area by the window area. So conductor area is on the denominator. So as AW is more, this Kw is less than 1. So AC replaced by Kw into AW is equal to twice AT by delta. So AT can be written as delta Kw AW by 2. So if we now go to the rating, I have defined Q as the kVA rating. So Q will be VP, this is in kVA, so Vp Ip into 10 to the power minus 3. Now neglecting the drop, Vp is equal to the induced voltage. So this is induced voltage, Ep into Ip into 10 to the power minus 3. So Ep can be written as Et into Tp, where Et is the voltage per turn, Tp is the number of turn. So Ep, the induced voltage, will be voltage per turn into number of turn into current in 10 to the power minus 3. So this is again replaced by ampere AT. So Et into AT into 10 to the power minus 3. Now considering flux distribution to be sinusoidal, phi is equal to phi m cos omega t. So EP is 1 by root 2 omega TP phi m, but 4.44 F TP into phi m. So ET, the voltage per turn, is EP by TP. So it is 4.44 F into phi m. So Q, what we have got as ET into AT into 10 to the power minus 3, replacing ET by this, we get 4.44 F phi m into delta Kw AW by 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. So now this is I am deriving for a single phase transformer. So Q will be into delta Kw AW into 10 to the power minus 3. So phi m, the flux, can be replaced by flux density into the iron area, then delta Kw AW into 10 to the power minus 3. Now phi m by AT is constant for a given type, service and method of construction. That is, phi m actually indicate magnetic loading and AT the electrical loading. So this ratio depends on the type of the transformer, in which service, that is whether this is power transformer or distribution transformer. Type means whether core type or shell type, whether 3-phase or single phase. For 3-phase, it can be, for 3-phase core type, say it can be 3-limb or 5-limb. So for different types of construction, that phi m by AT ratio is different. So if we, in this equation, AT, if we replace by phi m by R, so this becomes 4.44 phi m square F by R into 10 to the power minus 3. So phi m can be written as root over of this quantity into root Q. Now So again, ET, the voltage per turn is 4.44 F into phi m. So if we replace phi m by this expression, so the voltage per turn becomes root over of 4.44 F R 10 to the power minus 3 root Q. So it can be written as K into root Q. So it is a constant because F is constant and R will depend on the type. So for a particular type, this is constant. Constant means not absolutely constant. It has a range, normal range, in over which is varies. So K into root Q. Now actually this is our starting equation. For design, we start with this equation, that is ET is equal to K into root Q V. Now actually what happens if we vary K? If we vary K, the when you calculate, you will see that the cost, copper cost, and the main two costs, copper cost and iron cost, will change. That is, for example, say K has a particular value. Say we have decided K as 0.5. So putting the value of Q, we will get a value of ET. Now, instead of that, if we increase K 0.6, then ET value will increase. If ET value, the voltage per turn increases, then what that turns, your voltage rating is constant, so number of turns will decrease, and from here you can see if ET increases, phi m will increase. So magnetizing magnetic loading will increase, electric loading will decrease. So accordingly, your cost of the magnetic circuit increases and cost of electric winding cost decreases. So one cost increases with K, one cost decreases, and it crosses at this point. It can be proved. We are not going into that proof. It is not required. That the total cost curve is like this. It is minimum at this point. So for designer, it is our objective is to find this point. Now obviously for here you can it is obvious that we have to design the same transformer for different values of K, obviously with more or less the same performance, so that we can find the minimum cost. So we start from this equation, it is equal to K into root Q. So in this equation, Q is known. Q is the rating, KVA rating, what is given in the problem. And K we have to start with depending on the type. Now here I have specified a core type transformer. I have not specified anything, that is its duty or type of service or anything. So, but I have specified a percentage impedance. So for simplicity, I would request everyone to start with because you are going for hand calculation, and so it is not possible to find this point, because you have to go for a number of iteration for that. So I would request, I would want you to do at least 3 iteration to see how the cost is varying. So first we will start with a value of 0.5. So for 0.5 we calculate the cost, then vary K, say for 0.6, and see what is the cost. If that cost is more than the previous one, then we go the other side, that is 0.4. So we will have 3 values and we will see how the cost varies. Now for the this portion is just the theory portion. Now actually we start with this equation, that is ET is equal to K into root Q. So from here your number LV, we start our design from the LV side, because LV will be on the inner side. So LV B is the LV voltage rating, that is given in kV. So LV number of turns will be B into 10 to the power 3 by T. Now, as it is a single phase transformer, and in single phase core type transformer, we put half the turns on one limb and half on the other limb. So the number of times we want the construction to be symmetrical. So the number of turns should be rounded off to nearest even integer. So number of turns will rounded off to nearest even integer NLV. So this is a near even integer. So when we round off this number of turns, that means the value of ET we have started with has slightly changed. So ET, we calculate the ET modified, because this is the value we want. This is fixed. So the voltage divided by the number of turns will give you ET modified. So this ET modified is equal to 4.44 phi m into F. So phi m, the flux will be ET modified by 4.44 into F Weber. So this flux is equal to Bm into AI, where AI is the iron area. Now Bm is the flux density. Now flux density we assume now we are going to have CRGOS steel for the core. So for CRGOS the optimum value is 1.75 Weber per meter square. So we assume the flux density is 1.75 Weber per meter square. So the iron area AI I have indicated, this is a net iron area. That will be flux divided by the flux density in meters square. Now this it is laminated. The core is laminated, and every lamination has a thin layer of insulation on both sides, however thin it might be. So it has a stacking factor, because this insulation will take some space. So stacking factor is defined as net iron area divided by the gross iron area. Gross iron area is the area of the net iron area plus area of the insulation. Now for CRGOS lamination, it is very thin. So the stacking factor is 0.97. So we have got the net iron area here. So that divided by the stacking factor will give you gross iron area. Now, once we have got gross iron area, then our number of steps, what are the number of steps of the core, that will depend on the gross iron area. As the area increases, so number of steps will increase. So say this is a very small one. So 1 means this is a square core. Then it is 2, 3, and so on. So for larger one, it will have larger, and for larger cores, you see, we have to provide duct in the core. Otherwise, there will be hot spot generated. Now, if we assume that the core circle diameter is D, so the circular area is pi by 4 D square, and Ag is the gross iron area. The ratio of gross iron area by the circular area is R, where R is constant, whose value depends on the number of steps. So these are the values of R. So once you choose the number of steps, say for 5, then your R is this 0.908. This is basically percentage fill. So this here we have 90.8% fill. The rest is the oil will flow. There will be gaps. Now, so your D square is 4 Ag by 4 pi R. So D is root over of 4 by pi Ag by R meter. So we know Ag. We have decided on the value of R. So now we know the core circle diameter. Now this figure again has to be rounded off. It is rounded off to nearest multiple of 5 millimeter. Say if you get a value of 292, say, then you can round off to either 295 or 290. Now, in both the cases, if you go for 295, that means you are going for a higher diameter. So when you calculate back, you will see your recalculated actual flux density will be slightly less than 1.75. And if you go for 290, then when you calculate back, you will see that your flux density has increased slightly than 1.75. So that is depends on the designer how you select it. Now let us see how we calculate the dimension of the step. For this, I have taken an example of a 4-step core. 4-step core means this is a figure. 4-step means in one half cycle there will be 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Okay. Now this is the first step. So we have to decide 2 dimension. This is A1. This is B1. Now this A1 for the first step is equal to D minus 5 millimeter. D is the core circle diameter, which we have rounded off to multiple of 5. That minus 5 millimeter will be A1. So now we have A1, and our objective is that our stepped core should approximate a circle. For that, we want all these. This figure is not exact because this is a hand drawn figure. So actually, these points should lie on the core circle. Okay. So this point actually should be on this here. So, and we want that this B1 should be equal to AN. If for a N step core, that should be AN. So for this particular example, B1 should be equal to A4. For that, what we do is first we calculate this angle. How do we calculate? For the first step, this distance is A1 by 2. We know A1. So this is A1 by 2. This point should be on the circle. So this is D by 2. So this angle we can calculate, because A1 by 2 is equal to D by 2 cos theta. So we have the angle cos theta. So if we want that this distance and this distance should be equal, then this angle and this angle should be equal. So this 90 degree minus this angle theta, this angle theta. So what remains here, 90 minus theta, is divided equally. That is, for a 4-step core, now we require 3 sections. So 90 minus twice theta by n minus 1. So A1 is D minus 5, B1 by 2 is root over a D square by 4 minus A1 square by 4. Now B1 must be rounded off to multiple of 0.35. 0.35 is the thickness of one lamination. So number of lamination should be integers. So B1 is rounded off. So here we get theta. Theta is equal to tan inverse B1 by 2 by A1 by 2. So when we go to the second step, for n step core, AN should be equal to B1. This should be capital letter. চাবিটা দিয়ে দাও, গাড়ির চাবি দিয়ে দাও। না না, আমি যাবো কলেজ। All the corners should be on the core circle. So for that, phi should be 90 degree minus 2 theta divided by n minus 1. We should take these angles equal. Okay. So phi is for this 4-step code 90 degree minus 2 theta by 4 minus 1. So A2 is equal to, for A2 for this one, this point actually should be on the circle. So for A2 we will have d by 2 cos theta plus phi will be up to this, that is A2 by 2, that into 2. So we will have 2 into d by 2 cos theta plus phi. And similarly B2 we can get B2 will be this one. So d by 2 cos sine of theta plus phi, that will be this one, total distance minus B1 by 2. That will give you B2. Similarly, we can get the third step. For third step, the angle will be same equation. The angle will be theta plus twice phi. And here we will we must subtract B1 by 2 plus B2. Now, on each and every step, all B's has to be rounded off to 0.35. And always take the rounded off value. That is, here we should take the rounded off final value of B1. Similarly, here we should take all the rounded off values of B1 and B2. Always take the final value, whatever changes we have made. So similarly, we can go for the fourth step. A4 will be 2 d by 2 cos of theta plus 3 phi. So B4 will be this one. So now we have got all the dimensions. So AG modified, that is the actual gross iron area, will be A1 B1 plus 2 into A2 B2 up to, if we have n steps, it will be up to AN BN. So from here, because the first one A1 into B1, and this is A2 into B2 into 2, A3 into B3 into 2, A4 into B4 into 2. So that is the total gross iron area. So our actual modified iron area, AI modified, is equal to 0.97 into AG modified. BM actual, now that our area what we have started with has changed. So our BM, what we have assumed, will change. So BM actual will be phi m by AI modified. Now, when you came back to this point, that the actual value, we have started with 1.75. So the actual or modified value should lie between 1.7 to 1.8 Weber per meter square. If it does not, then we have to just readjust the values to get this BM within this. Because if BM is less than this, that means we are using too much of iron, cost will increase, and if BM is more than that, there will be more iron loss, efficiency will be less. So from here we have to go to the window dimension. So now we have BM value, we have AI value, all calculated modified value, not the starting values. So putting this in this equation, Q is known, what is unknown is AW, and KW we have to assume. Something is missing in the actual equation was this one. So delta what no, we have written delta. Now in this equation, if we know this is given in the problem, Bm actual we have calculated, Ai modified we have calculated, delta is the current density. Now the current density depend on the material. So we are using copper for conductors. So for copper, and it is a transform is a static equipment. So maximum current density what we will allow is 3 amp per millimeter square or 3 into 10 to the power 6 ampere per meter square. Kw we have to calculate. Now instead of copper, if we have aluminium, it will be 2 amp per millimeter square. And Kw is also unknown. Kw, we have to start with a value, assuming a value. Now, what is the value of Kw? This is the empirical relationship. It is given by 10 to 12 divided by 30 plus HV voltage in kV. So that is, it has a range. Let's say for 11 kV, this will be Kw is equal to 10, minimum value will be 10 divided by 30 plus 11. Maximum will be 12 divided by 30 plus 11. So we can start with any value of Kw from here. So we assume a value of Kw. So assuming a value of Kw, we can calculate the value of Aw or the window area. So we will get from this equation, this window area will be in meter square. Now the window has a width and a height. Now height to width ratio is 2.5 to 3.5 is the normal. Might be we can go on this side slightly higher, but this is the normal range. Now, so we take a ratio in between in this range, and putting the ratio, we get values of HW and WW. Remember that this is the starting value of the window. So from here, we will go to the LV voltage design. Now, actually, for design, what normally I do when we have physical classes, that you have to, because once you, it is not just a simple problem that once you calculate and you will get a perfect values. You have to iterate. So even for a particular value of K to match the impedance, you have to adjust and you have to iterate. Then you have to change the value of K. So it will take some time. So normally I take 3 iterations, and in the during normal physical class, the students has to do the 3 iterations in just exercise book, and the final one, that is the minimum cost one, they have to copy in a design sheet and make a report, and that has to be submitted. Now we are not taking physical report under these conditions, so I would ask you to make the iteration, 3 iteration in a simple single exercise book, or loose paper also you can do, but if it might get lost or something. Now at the end of the semester, you scan the papers and send the scanned copy to me. No requirement of again copying it to the making a report, or you can just scan the rough book with all the 3 iterations and send it to me by mail. So just try to keep the rough book as clean as possible so that it is legible. So I will stop here today, and I will ask you to calculate up to this point, that is up to the window dimension. Then in the next class, we can discuss whether anyone has any problem in finding the steps or anything. Then we will go to the low voltage winding. So you will take some time. So you calculate up to this, that is the window area for your respective problem what is given. calculate up to this, and we will meet again on next Friday at the same time. Okay, I will. Do you have anything to ask up to this? Whatever this file I will send you, but this portion is available in any book.
Ma'am, when do we have to submit?
Huh?
When do we have to submit this work, ma'am, which you have given?
The problem I have already given, na, in the mail.
Yes, ma'am, that one.
That everyone has a single problem.
Okay, ma'am.
For your problem, you do just calculate up to the window dimension. Then we will discuss in the next class.
Okay, ma'am.
So this and for the books, design book, you can we have a book on by Shahani, A.K. Shahani. This is the electrical machine design book. This is handy because you will require it for other designs also, induction motor and DC machine also. Everything is there. If you can manage a copy, it will be helpful. And this file I will send you. From here you can just go through, but some explanation and detailing that is absent from here. I have just make a gist. So if anyone is interested in the detailing, you have to consult the book. Then MGC and other design books are also there, but for UG class, I think Shahani is the most suitable, because other you might find a bit difficult. Say might be appear to be difficult. Okay. So I will stop here today. We'll meet on next Friday again.